and welcome. Within the next 30 minutes, we'll find out which of our young inventors will be crowned the winner of My Genius Idea. We asked you all to send us your genius ideas, and over the last 8 shows, we've been on the search for our 2 finalists. And here they are, so please put your hands together for Tybalt and Emily. You're looking very smart, you two. Welcome to the final. Now listen, for our studio audience and some people watching at home, remind us about your genius ideas.
A bike bleeper to warn car drivers if there's a cyclist ahead. Emily?
It's a device that sits on the seabed to warn marine mammals to turn away from dangerous areas.
What do you think, guys? 2 really great ideas, eh? You've done so well to get to the final. I'm going to be speaking to you later, but I know you've got a lot of preparation to do for your final talk with Tom. In today's show, they'll be getting a celebrity thumbs up for their inventions, and they'll visit a top advertising agency for help to promote their ideas, before they have one final chance to impress expert inventor and judge Tom. He'll decide which one of them will be crowned the overall winner. As it's time to remind ourselves of how today's 2 finalists got here. So it's Tybalt versus Emily. Which one of them will be crowned the My Genius Idea champion? They're 2 very different ideas, but only one of them can win. Animal-loving Emily's genius idea is a device to keep marine life away from dangerous places in the sea. She discovered how well her invention could work with her expert, Jonathan Gordon.
We'll stop with some of the sounds that of the activities which we think might be harmful to these animals, that your device could help to protect them from.
In her development session, she realised her invention would not only help whales and dolphins, but all sea mammals. And this is what impressed Tom.
We decided that we expand the choice to all marine mammals.
I think you've done a brilliant presentation. Thank you very much.
Sending her through to the semi-finals, where she developed it further in her real-world test, proving how effectively sounds could travel underwater and would be heard by sea mammals in plenty of time, allowing them to turn away from hazardous places in the sea.
Oh, wow, even I can hear that. For the sea mammals, that would be a really useful distance to be able to protect them.
It was the results of her test that showed how valuable her invention could be in protecting sea mammals, winning her a place in today's final.
I'm really chuffed that I got so far, and I really want my idea to go forward now.
Emily's up against 10-year-old Tybalt. He's passionate about cycling, and that's where the inspiration for his bike bleeper came from. It's intended to make roads safer for cyclists. Working with his expert, Chris Stiles, he found out the technology to make his invention work already existed in car radios.
So essentially it's a mechanism that allows your bike to interrupt the car radio and play an announcement specifically to that car.
Meaning his invention could work straight away. It was the simplicity of his idea that really appealed to Tom.
The bleeper that would be on all bikes would talk to almost all cars. It's a really, really good idea.
In the real-world test, he saw his idea come to life.
Switch the radio on. Okay. And because the transmitter's on the bike and we're picking up the signal, you can see it says cyclist, so it's receiving the visual alert. Cyclist approaching.
And it was this success that booked him a place in today's final.
I have an OK chance, but I think Emily's idea is really good.
And the job of deciding which ideas made it or not was down to our judge and inventor, Tom Lawton, and it will be down to him again today to decide if it's Emily or Tybalt who'll be crowned the winner of My Genius Idea and get this rather awesome trophy. He selected Emily and Tybalt for the final. He's looking at which ideas have got the real potential to cut it in the real world and how well our young inventors have understood the technology behind their ideas. Tom, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Are you looking forward to seeing what our young inventors have prepared for their final presentation?
I'm really looking forward to it, yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they've moved on. I know they've been with some experts again recently, so it'd be brilliant to see how the ideas have been refined further, and can't wait for their presentations.
We proved in the semi-finals that both their genius ideas can work, so for the final challenge, we hooked them up with some experts to give them advice on how they'd go about launching and developing their ideas in the real world. We're taking Emily and Tybalt to one of the world's leading advertising agencies who are going to help them promote their genius ideas. Their job is to sell new products and to think of clever ways to get people interested in them. Emily and Tybalt have both explained their ideas to the creative team, but will they be pleased with the results? And could they help them win the show? Emily, Tybalt, what an amazing building we're in. Loads of other ideas have passed through here, now they're actually in the shops. Tybalt, you're up first. Shall we go and meet them?
Yeah.
Come on then. Tybalt's meeting Neil and Jay, who've worked up some logos and advertising posters for both the genius ideas.
Right then. What I'd say is when you're thinking about picking a logo, think about what it will look like if it's very, very small, and will it still say bike bleeper? So if you're looking at a poster from miles and miles away, will you still be able to see bike bleeper?
Maybe those.
Yeah, you think these stick out more? And what do you like about these ones?
And I like this because the bike's going down like mountain bike and like going down the E.
So a thumbs up on the logo, but what about the poster?
We've got two very different posters here. We thought that it'd be great to have a poster around supermarkets that if you pushed your shopping trolley too close to the poster, it'd start beeping and warning you.
So it actually shows you what the product does.
And then this idea is what you'd call a typical poster, so one you'd see up on the high street. And what we've tried to do is incorporate the bleep signal on your logo and then put a hand next to that. It's really down to you which one you think would communicate the story of your product best.
I think once we put the logo and the posters together and create the final thing, I think you'll be very happy and you'll have something there that you can show to the public and say, this is my idea and this is how good it is.
I think it's brilliant that they came up with so many ideas for the logos and like they came up with 2 posters, but they were really good, so they were really hard to pick from.
The logo and poster they like the best will be made up, so both Emily and Tybalt can hit the streets to get some opinions from the general public about their ideas. Emily's next to see what the team have done with her invention. She's even given them a name to work with, calling it Safe Waters.
So what we'll do first, we'll talk through some of the ideas we've had for your logo.
The first one that we designed is based around the idea that you gave us, which was using the product name Safe Waters and highlighting the different aspects of the product. Then also we took a whale's fin device to kind of create this Safe Waters logo, and then these two here just incorporate an actual killer whale.
Well, I like how the killer whale is used as the A. I thought the logos were all really good, but the two that had the whale in really did stand out for me.
We've not done a traditional poster. We've come up with 2 ideas. The first one is a magazine ad. When you open the magazine, it actually makes a whale's noise.
What does that sound like?
It sounds a little bit like...
I didn't realise we'd get a demonstration as well, that's brilliant.
Another quite playful idea we had was you get a screen that suddenly becomes filled with sea life and sea animals.
So wherever your mouse goes on the screen, all of the marine life, they all dodge it wherever it goes.
For the cursor on the computer, could the cursor actually be the actual device?
Yeah, you could very easily design the cursor so it replicates how your device looks.
If you saw either of these two in a magazine or on a computer, you know, which one would you go for?
Personally, I would like to do the interactive one on the computer.
So you think you've pretty much got your logo and you've got the way that you're going to sell it?
Yeah. I thought the magazine idea was really quite something, as it was really clever how it would play the sound as you opened it, because it would really grab someone's attention.
So we think we've picked a logo and I think we're pretty sure about which poster we want. What's the next stage?
What we'll do is we'll mock up a finished poster, and then you'll take that out to the streets and the general public and show them what your product is and see if you can get some good responses to it.
So, armed with their image boards, it's time for Emily and Tybalt to test the water, presenting their genius ideas to the outside world for the very first time. Emily's off to the zoo to see what animal lovers there make of her marine protection idea. Hi guys, can we ask you a question?
Basically, it's a device that transmits a predator sound to warn marine life to turn away from dangerous parts in the sea.
It's really good.
That's your idea?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice. Young mind, good idea.
I think that would be a very, very good idea.
Brilliant.
I can see it working, yes.
And there's just been a really big oil slick, so I think that is a genius idea.
So, Emily, how does it feel to get such a positive reaction from people?
It feels really good because it's given me a confidence boost because I know other people like it.
I've taken Tybalt to a cycling cafe to see what the customers there think of his bike bleeper invention.
We invented a bike bleeper to warn car drivers if there's a cyclist ahead.
Fantastic, sounds great.
Yeah, anything that makes cars more aware of bikes is a good thing, definitely.
Do you think it'll be expensive or...?
Under £10.
Okay, wow, that's a really good idea.
Personally, as a cab driver, I wouldn't want the radio going on and off every 5 minutes in central London, because you do get a lot of bikes come up beside you.
I think it's a really good idea, and it's a very, very clever that you came up with it.
It's a great confidence boost for our young inventors to hear what people think of their inventions, but who has the winning idea? They've had the thumbs up all round, but we also asked some celebrity cyclists and naturalists what they thought of the ideas. Rooting for Tybalt is Jake Humphrey and sports presenter Claire Balding, and Emily's support comes from Chris Packham and CBBC's own Steve Backshall.
Now, Tybalt, I think that what you've done is fantastic. You've put the onus on the car drivers to look out for the cyclists. You're doing your bit for us cyclists of the world. I think you are clearly a very clever guy. I'm behind you every single step of the way. So good luck. Congratulations. Well played.
It connects up with the car radio, and the sound actually comes out of the radio, so the driver couldn't fail to be aware that there's a bicycle approaching. Tybalt, it's genius. Well done. Well done for making the finals, and good luck from here on in.
I'm very keen to support Emily's idea, as I'm equally keen to protect our marine species. And as we know, a lot of them are in deep trouble, so any device like this, which might help a few of them out, gets my vote. This idea is simply brilliant. It's fantastic. Good luck.
Over the years, I've been lucky enough to work with many different species of marine mammals around the world. Seals, dolphins, porpoise, whales, even sea otters. They're all very intelligent animals with complex behaviour, very beautiful, but at the same time, they are vulnerable, and anything that can be done to protect them is, I think, an absolutely superb idea. So I have to say, I'm really, really rooting for you. I think that what you've come up with here is absolutely genius. I've got my fingers crossed for you.
Back in the studio, the excitement is building as we get nearer to hearing the final pictures. So, you two, what do you reckon to that?
Really cool. I'm glad that like a celebrity would actually put time into supporting my idea.
And Emily, it's not bad, is it?
I think it's really cool that people who specialise in wildlife are backing me with my idea.
You might want to add that in your final presentations to Tom later on. In the final pictures, Tybalt and Emily will have one last chance to impress expert judge and inventor Tom Lawton that their idea should win. For now, I'm out and about in the audience because I want to speak to some Emily fans. Emily's mum. You must be so proud of how well she's done.
Amazingly proud, yes.
And has she changed much throughout the whole sort of My Genius Idea experience?
She's grown very much in confidence, and the learning journey has been quite fantastic for her.
And you think she can do it today?
I hope so.
You're rooting for her, aren't you?
Definitely.
OK, let me speak to some of Tybalt's peeps over here. Tybalt's dad?
Indeed, yes.
How you doing? You must be really proud of Tybalt as well.
I'm extremely proud of him, yes.
And I understand that, you know, he's got his own jam-making business and everything. Has he always been like this? Has he always invented things?
Oh, yeah, ever since he watched Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and saw a breakfast-making machine.
Well, I think they've both done really well. You must be rooting for Tybalt then. Do you think he can do it?
Oh, yes.
Right, OK. Well, at this point, I should probably introduce you to some VIPs here on the front row. These guys are experts in the world of cycling and sea life conservation. They've got front row seats because I'm going to be speaking to them a little bit later on. Tybalt, Emily, you know what time it is, don't you?
Yeah.
I want to wish you the best of luck. Whatever happens in the next 10 minutes, you've both done so well to get this far. And as it's the final, each of our two inventors' presentations will look a bit extra special. So it's Tybalt to go first, and to get the wheels in motion for his final pitch, we've got a BMX display team getting it all going. To impress Tom, Tybalt will need to remember all the technology behind his invention, as well as show that his idea has continually developed throughout the competition. Will he be able to convince Tom that he should win the final?
Good afternoon. I've invented a bike bleeper to warn car drivers if there's a cyclist ahead. The reason I invented the bike bleeper is because a friend from school was knocked off his bike and killed. And I was really upset about that, so I thought maybe there's some device that I can make to stop people like my friends getting killed on their bikes. My device would be mostly used on quiet country roads, because if it was in big cities, it would be like bleeping every second. The real-world test, what I did with Johnny, was really handy because I learnt buckets of things. What I'd like to do in the future is use rechargeable batteries, because I noticed when we did it, it took loads of batteries. It wouldn't just be used for cyclists, it could be used for horse riders, runners, or any road users. And soon, I hope that many lives will be saved with this device. Thank you.
Thank you. Brilliant presentation. I suppose the question I have for you is, what are the type of challenges that you're going to face in making this a real-world success?
Well, the advertising company came up with a poster, and they said that maybe they could put it up in the street, so when car drivers go past it, it'll bleep and tell them about the device.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So it would have the same technology as the bike bleeper, and as they pass, it would work them like that. Okay, that's interesting. What happens if, for instance, you had your bike enabled with the bike bleeper, but you left your bike outside a cafe, and you weren't on the bike, and it was just sat there by itself, bleeping away, and cars were slowing down for it, yet it actually wasn't causing any sort of, it wasn't actually taking up any road space.
Maybe I could have something so when the wheels stop turning, the device would turn itself off.
Which is an interesting idea, and certainly something that I'd thought of down those lines. But then, of course, you could have the problem of what happens if you're stopped at traffic lights or something like that. Maybe there's something that's motion activated. I don't know.
I'm going to have a switch on it as well.
A switch on it, yeah. And I think that would just need to be a very obvious and easy to use switch, so that if you're on a cycle lane, you quickly turn it off, and that has to be part of the kind of the action of having this device. But if assuming those things could be worked out, then I agree. I think you have an idea that has the potential to save lives right now, and how could you possibly argue with that? So, Thibault, you've impressed me from word go. Well done. Thank you very much for your presentation.
I think my presentation went well. I think I said enough, really, and I think Tom liked it.
Next up, it's Emily, and she unwraps her final pitch with a sea-inspired gymnastics routine. Tom will be judging both the young inventors on how well their ideas have progressed throughout the competition and if they can work in the real world. He'll also be judging them on how well they can sell their ideas to him. So it's all to play for as Emily gets ready to deliver her final pitch.
Hi Tom and everyone here today. I'm Emily and I'm here to tell you all about my genius idea, and it's called Safe Waters. So my idea is to keep sea mammals away from dangerous areas by transmitting the sound of the killer whale. I came up with this idea after watching a documentary on whales, and I was shocked to hear that over 1,400 whales are killed every single year. By using the sound of the marine mammal killer whale, we'd be able to expand the range of animals to be saved from whales and dolphins to all marine mammals. For my real-world test, we went to the Isle of Mull to find out how far the killer whale sound would transmit. It could be clearly heard from over 650 metres away, and we felt this was a huge success. There are many dangers for marine mammals, and these include military sonar testing areas, getting tangled in fishing nets, and pollution like the recent oil slick. One of the biggest threats to marine mammals is the noise created by pile driving during the construction of wind turbine sites. During pile driving, marine scientists survey the surrounding area in boats. If any marine mammals are spotted, all pile driving must stop until the area is clear. To help promote my idea, I visited an advertising company where we came up with the slogan, Safe Waters means safe marine life. I chose the slogan because it has a very strong but simple message about a very serious situation. This is what we came up with for advertising, and when you open the magazine, it will play the killer whale sound. I think Safe Waters is a great idea, not only because it will help keep marine mammals safe, but it will also help wind turbine construction companies save money, as it will minimise disruption and downtime, resulting in a wonderful win-win situation. We must really act now, or these beautiful creatures may be lost from our seas forever. Would you really want that to happen?
Well, of course not, absolutely. As neither do you, which is why you've been inspired to conceive such a great idea. And I'm also really impressed with how you in particular have taken the idea on and really embodied the advice and expertise that's been provided to you. And it's different from where it started, and it's evolved and it's improved, and that's a really good thing. Could you tell me more about perhaps the type of testing that might need to be done, and what you'd hope to achieve with that kind of real-world testing, and what problems might be incurred in trying to do so?
Well, if we went into a natural habitat that there are many whales and dolphins and other marine mammals around, then we could play them the sound and see if they do turn around from the sound.
Yes, OK.
But we might have a slight problem if they don't listen to the sound and turn away.
Yeah, but you'd engage the right team of marine biologists who would be methodical about their approach to this kind of research in a well-constructed way, and you'd hope for the right results.
Yeah.
Emily, you've kind of looked at the whole picture and you've presented brilliantly, clearly, and you've obviously been very well prepared. So again, I thank you enormously. Great presentation.
Thank you. I think my presentation went quite well, and I gave it all I got. I said all I wanted to, and I hope that's enough, but really it's for Tom to decide.
Two excellent presentations there. Emily and Tybalt really pulled it out of the hat, didn't they? Give them a round of applause. Now, though, I'm with our experts. Andy, you work for a charity that tries to keep people safe on the roads. Do you think this is a good idea?
It does a lot to complement existing cycle safety things we've got out there, like helmets, high-vis jackets, just road sensors as well, things like that. So this will be another item that people can carry with them to help keep themselves safe while they're out cycling. I think it's fantastic. Yeah,
Paul, do you see any problems with this?
I can certainly see the benefits of it being used out in the country, but certainly within an urban environment, it has got its limitations, but the basis is there for a really good idea.
Ernie, I'm going to come to you last. What do you think about Tybalt's idea?
I thought, well, maybe it might make someone complacent if they've got this thing on the back of their bike that's warning drivers. But as he said, in an urban environment, it doesn't really apply. It's for a rural environment, and I can see it there being an absolutely perfect way of warning people, maybe quite a distance away, that you're there as a cyclist.
Were you all impressed with his presentation?
Yes, I think we were. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Brilliant. OK, well, let's talk to Emily's experts. Jim, what do you think of it?
I've done a lot of work with killer whales myself, and I've been around them when there have been seals nearby, and they have different sounds for different kinds of behaviors and things, so you'd have to maybe be a bit careful about which sounds you used to get the right reaction kind of things. But no, I think that has a good foundation for a good idea, yeah.
Brilliant. Well, listen, Annie, you work for the Wildlife Trust, which is a huge organisation. I mean, what do you think about this idea, and do you see any problems?
I think you'd need to kind of test it out, and she mentioned that if it didn't work initially, you're a bit stuck, but I think you can really try and sort of fine-tune how it works, and that way they're not then going to get used to it. Yeah, but I think it's an absolutely fabulous idea. It can go really far, definitely, yeah.
Great advice, and I hope Emily's listening. Stephen, I'm going to come to you. You work for an organisation that actually tries to rescue wildlife and sea life.
What is fantastic is to see something come to the final that's to look at conservation as well, and for somebody so young to have an idea that a lot of scientists much, much older with a lot more experience haven't actually come up with yet. So I think it's got a great potential.
Great comments from the studio experts, but who will win the My Genius Idea final? Will it be Tybalt's bike bleeper idea to alert car drivers to cyclists?
The technology had been thought out and had been tested and proven in the real world, and that enabled him to answer my questions and concerns completely.
Or Emily's marine mammal protection system?
The testing in the wild is a big factor in the sense of the unknown. We don't know how the behavioural characteristics of marine mammals will respond to this idea.
We've heard both excellent presentations and what the experts think. More importantly, though, what do you think?
Oh, it's so close. It's like a photo finish. But the presentations have been really useful in helping answer any outstanding questions that I've had, so it's been really good.
So I guess you must have come, as difficult as it may have been, to a final decision.
I have, yeah.
OK then, Tom, if you'd like to take a seat.
Thanks.
I'll welcome in our two young inventors for the last time. So there's nothing more they can do now. They've both spent time developing and testing their ideas. They've pitched to Tom for the last time, but who has won the My Genius Idea title? It's decision time. Tom has made a final decision. So Tom, it's over to you. We want to know who has won My Genius Idea.
You both presented original ideas with invention stories inspired through your personal experiences. You've both taken on the advice of your experts. You've understood the technology. You've improved the ideas through the development phase. You've both clearly communicated the benefits of your ideas. You've both impressed and inspired me, that's for sure. So it's been a very difficult decision to make, but I have made my decision. And the inventor and winner of My Genius Idea is... Tybalt.
Tybalt, go and get your trophy.
Well done, my man. Very, very well done. And this is for you, sir. Be very, very proud of yourself. Well done. Well done. Emily, commiserations.
Tybalt, so you won.
I never thought I'd get this far, and I thought Emily did really well. It's been a great experience.
Round of applause for My Genius Idea winner, Tybalt. And My Genius Idea runner-up, a great finalist, Emily. So, we have our winner, and it was Tybalt. A big thank you to Emily, who came so close today. But for now, it's Tybalt who can celebrate his success. Thank you for watching My Genius Idea, and from all of us, goodbye for now.